Come on, man! Georgia played, woo!
There's nobody today. Georgia ain't played nobody today. Let me ask you something, Lou. Can I ask you something, Lou? Who did Georgia play in week 4?
Who have Georgia played,
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one.
Come on, man!
Who wants to win $1,000? $1,000. Free to good home. All right, good morning. We will start the show momentarily, and by momentarily, I mean 6 minutes. We will start the show. Happy Saturday. Welcome to week 4. Hope everybody's ready for a great day of football. I know I am. Patreon stream tonight at 7 or 7:30. And yes, I am giving away $1,000. $1,000. I'm like, what's the guy, the Austin Powers guy? $1,000. Dude, it's 2025. $1,000 is, hey, $1,000 is $1,000. Details tonight on the Patreon stream at 7:30. $1,000 of Uncle Lou's money could be your money. Tune in tonight, 7:30 on the Patreon stream. Yes, real, actual money. $1,000. It's not fake news or alternative facts. 1,000 real American dollars given away by Uncle Lou. Details tonight on the Patreon stream. George, we're in a simulation, but within this simulation, yes, this is a real college football show. But only within the constraints of that simulation that we all live in. All right, we got about 2 or 3 minutes till the start of the show. Make sure you're hitting the thumbs up here. That is a big help, and it's easy to do. Hit the thumbs up. The countdown is on. I'll see you in 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Bless you, my child. Let's go.
Come on, man.
Yeah, good morning. It's Uncle Lou here. That's right. It is me, Uncle Lou, live on YouTube for you. Thanks for watching. This is the College Football Kickoff Show, Week 4, 2025 edition. How's everyone doing? Where's all my 3-0 people at? Come on, give yourselves a round of applause. 25% of the regular season gone, and you're still undefeated. Let's go. Tennessee fans, sit down and shut the fuck up. I gave y'all a week off, you dummies. Now yank that fucking butt funnel out of your asshole and suck on it like a straw. I know you want to. God damn, y'all got beat again? 9 in a row. 9 in a row. And we might not be playing next year, so I might get to laugh at you for 2 years straight without having to beat you again. That's wild. That's wild. Dang. But that's last week. We better fast forward to this week and see what's going on in the wonderful world of college football. We had a couple of games last night. We hung out and live streamed during those games. We had Tulsa at Oklahoma State and Iowa at Rutgers. Iowa at Rutgers ended up being a pretty good game. Iowa wins by 10 in the end, but that was a one-possession game up until just a couple of minutes to go in the fourth quarter. It was a really good game. Iowa gets the win. They improved to 3-1, I believe, is Iowa's record now. Rutgers, what is Rutgers, 2-2? Something like that. Anyway, Tulsa at Oklahoma State. Holy cow, man. Oklahoma State is that bad. I think we all knew they were bad. I only watched about 10 minutes of the Oklahoma State-Oregon game. I figured that was just going to be a massacre. You could tell that it was after about 10 minutes, and I just turned it off. There was too many other good games on. But we watched all of that Oklahoma State game last night, and if you didn't watch it, I'm here to go ahead and confirm for you and let you know that they are, without a doubt, 100% dog shit. I mean, they are bad. They can't tackle. They can't run. They can't throw. They can't block. They can't coach. They're bad in every imaginable way. Gundy is the most checked out coach in college football, not named Deion Sanders. The guy has no interest in, I don't know why he's there, collecting a check. I don't know. He needs to get out of there. Get him one of these right-wing podcast shows or a channel on OWN Network or something where I don't know what his deal is. He hates college football. Something happened to him in 2020, 2021. It was like the combination of COVID and then NIL and the portal and all that, and he's kind of got like the Dabo mentality with that. I don't know. You can look at the guy and tell he's got no interest in being there. But he's been there for 100 years, so Oklahoma State won't fire him. It's really weird. It's really weird. But I do expect this to be Mike Gundy's last season at Oklahoma State. He has tanked that thing bad. Not that they were ever a dominant program, but they were a respectable program. I know the Oklahoma man's going to say, oh, they've always been dog shit. I know. Well, you have to say that, Oklahoma man. But what I mean is they weren't a bottom-feeding program. They were a middle-of-the-road type of program, and then every few years they'd put together a season where they made a run for the Big 12 title. They didn't always get there, but like they would have a decent season every couple of years. Boy, those days appear to be long gone. They are a shadow of their former selves. And I blame the head coach there. And I'm a Gundy fan. I loved Gundy. The whole I'm a man, I'm 40 deal. I liked his personality. He had a mullet for no reason. Like, I liked the guy. But something happened to him 4 or 5 years ago, and he just hasn't been the same. I don't know what it is, but the guy needs to get the hell out of college football. At this point, he's got nothing to offer. He's got nothing to offer to Oklahoma State or the world of college football in general at this point in his career. He just doesn't. He's checked out. It's just obvious. You can tell he doesn't care. So the guy needs to be gone quick, fast, and in a hurry. But they got embarrassed at home by Tulsa, a lower classification in-state school. Where's my Florida fans at? Florida fans, y'all know about that, right? Lost to South Florida. Remember how embarrassing that was when you lost at home to South Florida? That's how Oklahoma State feels today. Florida, Oklahoma State, UCLA. We need to see these teams in some type of a dog shit round robin or something. It would be amazing. It really would be amazing. Let's get some couple of morning announcements out of the way here, and then we will move on and take a look at this week's schedule of games and take roll and all that stuff. So the streaming schedule today, I'm going to be on Patreon tonight at 7 or 7:30, depending on when the 3:30 games end. We'll hang out. We'll watch all the primetime games. And we got some good ones. Starting at 7 o'clock with South Carolina on the road at Missouri. And I guess Lenore Sellers is going to play. That's the latest I've heard. You know how I feel about these injury updates. I don't believe any of them, whether they're good updates or bad updates. Oh, he's never playing again. Oh, he's playing today. I don't believe it either way until I see it with these injury updates. College football coaches are paid to lie, and they're good at it. So if he plays, he plays. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But we got that game tonight at 7, South Carolina on the road at Mizzou. Coming up at 7:30, we've got Florida on the road at Miami. A lot of people expecting a Miami blowout in that one. Florida's defense has played well up to this point in the season. How long will that last with their offense stuck in neutral? We'll find out. DJ Lagway turned into an interception machine last week, and Billy Napier refused to run the ball. If Billy Napier has even an ounce of college football coaching sense, which I'm not convinced he does, but if he even has a little bit, Florida will show up tonight and run the fucking ball with Jordan Ball or whatever his name is, the running back. He's the best player on their team. And they just completely abandoned the run game last week for reasons unknown. I don't think it'll matter in the end. I think Miami's going to win this game at home, but I think Florida could keep it closer if they slow the game down and run the fucking ball and stop making DJ Lagway throw it 40 times. This just in. DJ Lagway's not that good to be throwing the ball 40 times a game. Yeah, he's not very good at all, actually, as it turns out. Yeah. So that game's tonight at 7:30. Illinois at Indiana tonight at 7:30. Now, this is going to be a good one. I'm on Illinois. I like Illinois in this one. They're more tested to this point in the season than Indiana is because, of course, Indiana doesn't play anything but all-girls middle school teams for their non-con from now through the end of time. All their games are scheduled out. Illinois at least has a win on the road at Duke, which isn't not exactly top 10 competition, but it's better than anything Indiana has seen. Indiana is at home, but I like Illinois to go in there and get the win there. Shout out Brett Bielema. Should be a good game, though. That's tonight at 7:30. We've got Washington at Washington State. Is that the Apple Cup? I believe it is. Washington should beat the soul out of them. Washington lost to some FCS team or something last week, like 70-3. It was bad. I don't know what's going on with them. Stanford at Virginia. Yeah, okay. How about Arizona State at Baylor? Must-win game for Arizona State. I mean, they don't have any conference losses, but they've got the non-con loss. So at this point, it looks like Arizona State's only way to get into the playoffs is to win the Big 12. I don't think they're going to get an at-large bid with a loss to Mississippi State. So they need to start winning some games here, starting with this one tonight on the road at Baylor. What else do we have tonight? Michigan State at Southern Cal comes on at 11. Sam Houston at Texas at 8. Yeah. So we got some good games. All that's on Patreon tonight. This week's Patreon stream, as voted on by the good people over on Patreon, is the prime time stream. And yes, the rumors are true. I am giving away $1,000 on Patreon. I'll have the details for you tonight at 7:30. I'm not giving away the $1,000 tonight. I don't want to try to trick people into going over there. But if you want the details on what we're doing for the $1,000 giveaway over on Patreon, make sure you tune in to that Patreon stream tonight. If you're a member of the Patreon page and for some reason you can't tune in and watch tonight, I'll make sure and cover those details multiple times during the stream so you can go back and watch it. And I'll also make for sure I cover it at halftime. So if you missed the stream tonight on Patreon and you want the details and you have to go back and watch it tomorrow, you can fast forward to halftime, and I'll talk about it at some point at halftime. I'll probably talk about it at the beginning of the stream, too, different points during the stream. But so it's easy for you to find it later if you need to. I'll make sure and talk about it at halftime. There's the link to the Patreon page. If you want a chance to win yourself some money, get signed up on Patreon. We have a really good time over there. I stream over there every single weekend. Some weekends I also stream on YouTube, and this is one of those weekends. Yeah, I'm going to go 3:30 today on YouTube. There are some good games on at 3:30 as well. I'll highlight some of those for you. We're going to go through the entire schedule of games like we always do in a second, but I'll just highlight some of the 3:30 games that we'll be watching this afternoon. Auburn at Oklahoma, Michigan at Nebraska. Those are the two big ones at 3:30, so I figure we'll go live around 3:15 or 3:30, hang out and watch those afternoon games. So if you're going to be at home today watching some college football, come back over to the channel this afternoon at 3:30, and we will watch Michigan on the road at Nebraska. Bryce Underwear versus Dylan Ravioli. Yes, and Auburn on the road at Oklahoma. The highlights of the 3:30 games. All right, is that it for the morning announcements? I think so. That's the stream schedule for today. Giving away $1,000 on Patreon. Tune in tonight at 7:30 for details. 3:30 stream on YouTube. Rigged Wheel coming up at the end of the show this morning. I think y'all finally missed one last week. That's the first one y'all have missed, though. So let's see. Week 0, week 1, week 2, week 3. So y'all are 3-1. Y'all are 3-1 on the Rigged Wheel, which isn't bad. It isn't perfect. You were batting 1,000. That obviously no longer the case. I'm trying to find my copious notes in that. Trying to find my copious notes in that. Rigged Wheel week 3. Yeah, JC had Georgia minus 3.5. They only won by 3. And Hogman had Florida plus 7 for reasons unknown. I don't know why you did that. And they lost by 10. So hopefully y'all can get back on the good foot today with the rigged wheel. Let's write this down. Rigged wheel. Week 4. And since y'all lost last week, we'll do 2 winners again today. We'll do 2 winners again today on the rigged wheel. We'll give 2 people an opportunity to beat Uncle Lou out of his money today with the rigged wheel. Any PayPal or any Cash App donation to the channel during today's show will get your name added to the rigged wheel at the end of the show. There's the PayPal and the Cash App information right there in the chat. It's also in the description of the video. I can't do money giveaways through Super Chat. YouTube gets mad. They consider it a violation of their terms against raffles for some reason. So I can't do the Super Chats. But any PayPal or Cash App, if you want to help support the show, those are 2 great ways to do it. And at the end of the show, I'll go through those Cash Apps and PayPals and get your name added to the rigged wheel and see if you can't win yourself some money. Man, what a great day. Great day of games today. I saw a game day sign that said, Pat, let me kick for Billy's buyout. Damn. Florida's got that money for Billy's buyout. And they may be cutting a check tomorrow. Yeah. A lot of rumors swirling around that if Florida shits on their own foot again tonight on the road at Miami, that Billy Napier could be handed his walking papers tomorrow or Monday. We'll see. Florida, of course, is off next week before they host Texas, who has their own set of issues, by the way. Turns out Arch Manning is dog shit. Texas's offense is stuck in neutral, reverse even at times. Very alarming. But anyway, a lot of schools, if they decide they're going to fire their coach, they will do it during a bye week. Y'all know how this works. When you fire a coach during the season, they name an interim head coach off the remaining staff, and they become head coach on an interim basis, usually through the end of the year. And a lot of times, if these schools are going to fire coaches, they like to do it heading into a bye week so that that interim head coach gets a couple of weeks with the team before they have to play a game. So a lot of speculation that if things go sideways for Florida tonight, Florida could pull the plug on our buddy Sunbelt Billy, which of course would be bad news for everyone except Florida fans. We all wish they'd keep him forever because he's an absolute disaster who has no idea or clue what he's doing at all. So it would be ideal for the rest of us if Florida would keep him, but we'll see. We'll see on that. All right, let's take roll, and then we're going to look at the schedule of games. You guys know what's coming up today. We're going to look at all the games, figure out what's coming on, when it's coming on, what channel it's coming on, what we need to watch, when we need to watch it, all that stuff. I'll give you some of my bets that I have on the games today. It's not betting advice. I don't give betting advice. It's just this is what I'm losing money on today for people that are curious. I'll let you know what I'm betting on today. We're, of course, going to talk about food. I've got some good ones. I've got some good food today. Something that I haven't had yet this football season, so I'm looking forward to that. So we'll talk about that. And top storylines, including the possibility of Billy Napier being fired. And what about Gundy? How long do they keep that deadbeat around? I don't know. Let's take roll. Alex Vega is here, which is great news. Biggs Mike, Wet Blanket, Todd Webb, Hufferbilly Paw, the JR, Jason Keller, Gamecock Orbit, Wolverine Gage, Luke Parker. No, Prather, not Parker, Prather. Yep, Ricky Bobby, Caleb Sanderson, Flaming Sports Media, Jarvis S., Joseph Faulkner, Silver Britches, Alan V., Gamecock Sports with the Deal Maker, Carolina Juke Poot, DJ David, Matt Dummett, B-Puck, Georgia Man, Mitch W., Kieran, Bad Dog Sports. Yeah, did you hear what happened to me, Bad Dog? I was down bad, buddy. They deleted my whole fucking channel. I had to scratch and claw to get this thing back. But luckily, they just can't get rid of me. Timur is here. Saline Walker. Come on, man. It said Saline Walker. What are y'all doing with these troll accounts, man? Saline Walker. Nate the Great, Vix Tube, Jay Shipes, Girth Brooks, Georgia on my mind, Sports Talk 101. Wet blanket. Boy, wet blanket is down bad. Oklahoma State fan. Now, y'all don't give him too hard of a time. He's been around here for a long time. So he ain't one of these run and hide people. But, boy, he's down in the dumps with the Oklahoma State situation. Todd Webb, Luke Prather, Sports Talk 101. Jay Shipes, Mike Nixon, Flarpington. Flarpington. Junkyard Dog. Yep, good morning. D. Taylor. Gundy is Dundee. Yeah, I have a feeling you're right. Matt Dummett, what's up, buddy? Whitted Official. Let the Big Dog Eat is here. LV426. Slaughter Fox is here. Stefan Ballier. Let me ask you something, Stefan Ballier. French fries or freedom fries? Which is it, bud? Uncle Lou needs to know. That blanket ain't wet. Oh, it's pissy. Dang. It might be a shitty blanket. He might have shit on that blanket. Pretzel is here. Christian is here. It'd be hilarious if Florida mustered over a win against Miami, so they keep Billy Napier. That would be funny. Edward Robinson, J.D. Wicks. Hello? Hello? Texas Dog is here. Todd Webb, Crispy K. Good to see all y'all in here today. Didn't get an answer on my French fries or freedom fries deal. I'm a little disappointed there. Percent better. Corey. Yep. Looks like everyone is here for the most part. Problem is there's 417 people here and only 81 thumbs up. So I guess we're just going to end the show. I thought y'all were excited for week 4 of the college football season. Nebraska and Michigan, Auburn and Oklahoma, Florida and Miami, Texas Tech and Utah, SMU and TCU. Great games all day long and nobody cares. Can't even take half a second to hit the thumbs up. Is this a terrible weekend? Is Game Day even broadcasting from anywhere? They might as well shut their shit down too. This is alarming. This is alarming. Yeah, I don't know what freedom fries are. What? You know, somebody called into the call-in show the other day and they said, Lou, people in your comment section fit into one of two categories. I said, oh yeah, what's that? He said, they're either high-functioning, actually retarded people, or they're low-functioning, non-retarded people. Yoda T, which one are you, bud, that you don't know what freedom fries are? Come on, man. Come on, bud. What's the best game of the day? It's not an obvious answer like it is some weeks. The Michigan-Nebraska game is big. Auburn-Oklahoma is big. I'm really interested in this Texas Tech-Utah game. I don't know what we really know about Texas Tech. I mean, we know they spent $1 billion and revamped their roster through the portal, and they've scored 90 points a game against 3 cans of corn. That's what we know. With Utah, we know they're pretty good, back to what they normally are after not being good at all last year. They've got a new quarterback, Dan Pierre, a new offensive coordinator. They've got a Power 4 win, albeit against UCLA, and they're at home. I honestly don't know if Texas Tech is as good as they look and they're going to win this game by 2-3 touchdowns, or if they just haven't played anybody and they're going to get slowed down today and Utah is going to drag them into the mud like they like to do and just strangle them to death and win, 27-24. I don't know. Utah's 2 hours behind East Coast, ain't it? So that's a, 10 a.m. kickoff in Utah? Because that's a noon game here. Florida versus Miami is a good one. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. Yes, and the thousands of other people that have died in the last week and a half. R.I.P. to all of them, too. Is Illinois versus Indiana a normal time slot, or is it big noon kickoff? Well, big noon kickoff is a normal time slot. The normal time slots are noon, 3:30, and 7:30. So not sure what you're asking on that there, but Indiana, Illinois is a primetime game. That game is 7:30 on the Peacock, NBC Peacock. South Carolina versus Missouri is a pretty interesting game with Sellers playing. If he plays, I mean, again, I know that's the word, but when these people get injured and injury reports are put out, I don't believe them really, one way or the other. I don't believe good injury reports, and I don't believe bad ones either. These coaches like to lie and play games. I hope he plays because he's one of the most exciting players in college football, and I love watching him play. So I certainly hope he plays. Illinois, Indiana is the best game probably this week. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Is everybody rooting against Curt Cignetti? I mean, not that everybody cares, not that everybody's in love with Illinois, but is everybody rooting against Cignetti like I am, or what? What's the deal there? Let's see what y'all like on this poll we did. TCU or SMU? Wow, really, really close. 51 to 49%. Y'all like TCU minus 6.5. I'm writing that down. TCU minus 6.5 because I don't have a bet on that game yet. So I'll take y'all's word for it and bet TCU minus 6.5. We did a poll earlier, too, with the Utah-Texas Tech game, and y'all liked Utah minus 3.5 in that one. Lou knows injury reports are BS because Kirby Smart just doesn't tell anyone any injury reports. Well, yeah, he does. He's required to, just like every single coach in the SEC is. The problem is they're not required to tell the truth on those injury reports. For example, last year, Lane Kiffin used to list his entire two deep as questionable. The entire, he'd have 50 people on the injury report, every single one of them questionable. So it's got nothing to do with whatever idiotic comment you just made about Kirby Smart. Although that is true, Kirby Smart has been lying about injuries since the day he was born, but he's not the only one. I did say I would check who made this jersey. Problem is there's no damn tag in it. Oh, you know what? I got an email the other day from the company, and I was like, that's the company that made these shirts. I think I know what it is. Yep. This is it. I think. Let me make sure before I show it to you because they did pay me to promote them. That's how I got this jersey, so I don't want to screw them by giving out the wrong name. Yep, this is it. Here you go. Fansidea.com. Fansidea.com. And these are nice jerseys. I've had this for 3 or 4 years now. It still looks brand new. And everything is stitched on. It's not screen printed. And it's all custom. You tell them if you want a logo here or you don't. If you do, you send them the logo when you're buying the shirt. It's very simple to do. But everything is stitched on. The numbers, the names, the letters, everything is stitched on. It is a high quality H2O. Fansidea.com. Fansidea.com. If you want a custom jersey. They are nice. They are nice. All right, let's read the super chats, and then we're going to look at today's slate of games. Don't forget the rigged wheel coming up at the end of the show. Cash App, PayPal, get your name added to the rigged wheel. We'll spin the wheel. 2 winners today because y'all didn't win last week. We did 2 winners last week, and y'all both lost. Dang. Now, that's the first losing week y'all have had. Y'all are now 3-1 against me. So you're still beating me like a redheaded stepchild. I used to be redheaded back when I had hair. Yeah, it's true. It's true. So 2 winners this week on the rigged wheel. PayPal or Cash App, get your name added to the rigged wheel. The links are in the description, and I just posted it in the chat. LV, thank you for the super chat. He says, looking forward to the game streams, Lou. Here's to the coffee fund. Hey, thank you. I actually went to the store yesterday, and I said, you know what, let's switch. Let me get some different kind of coffee. So what did I end up getting? Shit, now I can't remember. But I bought a different kind of coffee yesterday. Every once in a while, I'll just switch up. I don't care. I'm not a coffee snob. I have to have this kind of coffee, and I don't give a shit. But every once in a while, I'll switch it. Like whatever I've been buying, I'll just switch up, buy something different just to get a little bit of a different taste. Oh, Dunkin' Donuts is what I bought yesterday. Dunkin' Donuts coffee is what I bought yesterday. Yeah, Folgers is what is like my normal, but every once in a while I'll switch it up just to get a little bit of a different taste. And I did Dunkin' Donuts yesterday. So shout out to the Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Not sponsoring the show, but they probably should. Y'all remember when I had my own coffee brand? I don't know why those people stopped doing that. That's the dumbest thing they ever made. I drink coffee on every single fucking live stream. And when they were sponsoring me and I had my own coffee brand, I talked about it nonstop, but they were too stupid to keep the sponsorship. Which, of course, is their problem. They're having to deal with those repercussions. Mio3155 says, prayers up for Lagway. Nothing's wrong. He's just ass. Dang. Can't really argue with you, though. Wotod99 says, nothing like a bye week. The toughest game of the year. Yeah, Alabama and Georgia play next weekend. I think it's a night game, too, in Athens. Of course, Alabama will win that one because they always beat Georgia. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that plenty next week. All right, shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Let's look at the schedule of games. What do we need to watch today? What do we need to watch? We already wrapped up yesterday's game. Oklahoma State and Rutgers, both home teams, lost last night on Friday night. Oklahoma State is really, really bad, y'all. I mean, they are really, really bad. All right, on to today's games. Texas Tech at Utah, the big noon game today. Utah hosting Texas Tech. Both are undefeated. Both have revamped offenses. Texas Tech has pretty much a revamped team. They spent $1 billion in the portal. Utah brought in a transfer quarterback and his coordinator from the same school, Dampier, and he's off to a good start. Kind of a mismatch in styles here. Texas Tech is a sling the ball 50 yards down the field type of team. Ton of explosive plays this season for Texas Tech. So Utah will be looking to limit that today for sure. I really have no idea what's going to happen in this game. I have not got really a read on Texas Tech. They've blown out 3 bad teams, and that doesn't always mean anything. We'll find out today, though. They're on the road at Utah. Utah's favored by about a field goal at home. Maryland and Wisconsin, holy moly, boy, if you're watching that game, I hope you either went to Maryland or Wisconsin. I don't really see any other reason. Syracuse at Clemson, I have a feeling there will be people keeping an eye on that game. And if Clemson falls behind in the first half, or you see the score scroll across the bottom of your screen in third quarter, and it's something like, Syracuse 13, Clemson 9, something weird like that, the second half of that game could have huge ratings if Clemson is trailing, because they are teetering on the edge. Now, Clemson is a big favorite here at home, 17.5, and I think they're going to win the game, but it's one to keep an eye on just for the point and laugh reasons. SMU and TCU is another interesting game. 2 track meet offenses early in the year. The over-under on that one is 63.5 points, so they're expecting a ton of points to be scored. TCU's favored at home by almost a touchdown in that one. SMU already has a loss, so they're not undefeated. They lost to Baylor, I believe. Shout out Baylor, man. UNLV on the road at Miami of Ohio. UNLV is only favored by 1.5. They're 3-0. Miami of Ohio is 0-3. Yet UNLV is only a 1.5 point favorite. Why, you might ask? Well, Miami of Ohio has played decent competition, and because of the time difference, this is a 9 a.m. kick UNLV time. So noon kickoff, but it's a 3-hour time difference between UNLV and Miami of Ohio. So as far as their internal clock, the UNLV man will be kicking off at what feels like, or what feels to them to be 9 a.m. So that could be interesting there. UNLV could take their first loss today. We'll see. UAB at Tennessee, 12:45. They'll rebound. They should win big today at home against UAB. Oregon State and Oregon. I know this is a rivalry game, but holy shit, have you seen Oregon State? They're terrible. This is another name your score game here for Oregon. Has Oregon looked really good? Yeah. Is anybody taking them seriously yet? No. They're going to have to go play at Penn State next week. Now, they go into Penn State and win, fine. Then, you know, whatever hesitation or doubts you might have about Oregon can subside at that point. But it's just, look, the reality is when you play a bunch of bad teams to start the season, it's not that people don't think you're any good, Oregon, but it's like, why is nobody talking about Oregon? Well, they've played 3 cans of corn. I mean, they've played nobody. They played absolutely nobody. Now, they tried. They scheduled Oklahoma State, and they didn't know Oklahoma State was going to be as bad as they are, but Oklahoma State's fucking terrible. Like, that game proved nothing. So, it's, you know, I'm not saying Oregon's not any good, but you say, oh, nobody was talking about Oregon. They haven't played anybody. When Oregon plays somebody, people will talk about. Nobody talked about Georgia when they played Marshall and Austin Peay. I mean, play somebody. I didn't even talk about Georgia when they played Marshall and Austin Peay. Kent State at Florida State. Florida State's favored by 212. Florida State's one of those teams that beats teams as bad as they can to try to make up for last year. Auburn and Oklahoma, big one today at 3:30. I like Oklahoma at home in that one. I think Auburn's got some issues that are going to be exposed again today. Their defense has not been good. They gave up 600 yards to Baylor. They did win, but they gave up 600 yards to Baylor. But even in that Baylor game, they couldn't protect Jackson Arnold, and he couldn't throw the ball. He did a lot of work with his legs in that game, but it's going to be a lot harder against this Brent Venables defense for Jackson Arnold to run around than it has been against the other teams they've played. So I've just got concerns about Auburn that I don't have about Oklahoma, mainly defense, offensive line, and Jackson Arnold's ability to throw the ball. Beyond that, the game's at Oklahoma. So hard for me to see Auburn going in there and winning, but that's an interesting game for sure. Jackson Arnold, of course, played for Oklahoma last year, benched multiple times, hits the transfer portal, winds up at Auburn. Now he's got to go back and play in Norman, so you have that whole angle too. Tulane at Ole Miss is a game a lot of people are talking about putting Ole Miss on upset alert. Don't know if Austin Simmons is going to play or not. He got hurt last week. They put the backup Chambliss in, and all he did was throw 400 yards and like 4 touchdowns. I mean, it's unbelievable. So I don't know that it matters who plays quarterback for Ole Miss, but Tulane is a good Group of 5 team. Ole Miss favored in that one by 11.5 at home. Michigan at Nebraska, another big game today. Michigan's got to win this thing. They've already got a loss on the road at Oklahoma. It's a non-con loss, but it's a loss, which makes it a lot harder for them to get an at-large bid at the end of the year if the losses start stacking up. They need to win this game to sort of keep hope alive for the Big Ten title game. They don't need to fall behind here in the Big Ten early in the season. Nebraska, it seems like, searching for that big win for a long time. Year 2 for Raiola, year 3 or 4, whatever it is now for Matt Rule. This is setting up, if it happens, to be one of the biggest wins for Nebraska in a long time. Michigan is still ranked, even though they have the loss at Oklahoma. Nebraska is not ranked, but they will be if they win this game. Michigan is a small favorite. They were a field goal favorite to start the week. It's down to 1.5. I like Nebraska here. I was not impressed with Nebraska in week 1 when they played Cincinnati, but since then, they have looked better. Now, it's been against not so great teams. But I'm giving Nebraska, Matt Rule, and Dylan Raiola the benefit of the doubt here. I don't trust Bryce Underwood on the road. He did play good at home last week, but he was absolutely terrible on the road in Oklahoma. If Bryce Underwood's able to run around, which he was not able to do against Oklahoma and was able to do against the other lower classification schools that Michigan has played, if he's able to do that, then I think Michigan's got a chance to win. But Nebraska's got a good defense. Maybe not as good as Oklahoma's, but they do have a good defense, and I'm leaning Nebraska in that one. Purdue at Notre Dame. This is kind of like the Clemson game. Like, Notre Dame's probably going to win this game easily. They're a 24-point favorite. But if you see this score scroll across the bottom of your screen and it's the second quarter and, you know, it's 10-9 or something, you're going to be like, uh-oh, is Notre Dame going to go 0-3? So I probably won't watch the first quarter of this game. But if it's close in the second quarter or the second half, it'll be the type of thing where you tune in and watch the end of it maybe. North Carolina at Central Florida. North Carolina favored by 6.5, and this might shock you. I like North Carolina in this one to win and cover. I don't think UCF is any good. Well, North Carolina's not any good either. I think Central Florida's worse than North Carolina. I think North Carolina's going to win that game easily. UCF is in a bad way, in Uncle Lou's opinion. NC State at Duke. Duke's favored by 3.5 at home. I kind of like Duke in that one. It's a weird line. Duke, what is Duke, 1-2? And NC State's 3-0, or what is NC State? And you're like, why is Duke favored? I don't know. It's one of those weird lines, but I've been gambling a long time. This tells me that Vegas knows something here that us idiots don't know, because you look at this game and you go, oh, NC State's going to beat them. Then you look at the line and it says Duke's favored. Makes no sense. Makes sense to Vegas, though. I'm going to trust Vegas and take Duke in that one. Temple at Georgia Tech. I do think Georgia Tech will win this game. 24.5 is too many points. They celebrated till Wednesday last week. Plus, Haynes King dies and is brought back to life about 4 times in every big game that Georgia Tech plays. Don't know if he'll be 100% today. I like Temple to keep it closer than 24.5 points. But I do not think Georgia Tech will lose the game. I want to be clear on that to the Georgia Tech people watching. I'm not picking Temple to win the game. I just think 24.5 is too many points. I like Temple plus the points there. West Virginia at Kansas, the most interesting game no one is talking about. West Virginia, backyard brawl last week. Big emotional win at home in overtime against their bitter rival, Pitt, which is great. Not great, though, when you got to turn around the following week and play at Kansas. Kansas is favored by 12.5. I like Kansas to win and Kansas to cover the 12.5. Primetime games. We'll be on Patreon for all of these games tonight. South Carolina at Missouri. Will Lenore Sellers play? Will he not? And an even more important question. Will it matter? Will it matter? Missouri has been an absolute wagon through the first 3 weeks of the season. Top 5 offense, top 5 defense. They're scoring 1 million points a game. They got a decent win against Kansas. Bo, broken leg, Tabula, or whatever the fuck his name is, has played lights out. They've got what might be the best running back in the SEC. If you haven't watched a Missouri game, watch this one tonight. What's his name? Ahmad Hardy. He might be the best running back in the SEC as a transfer from, I think, Louisiana Monroe. He's off to a blazing hot start. What's he got? 600-700 yards already, something like that. Missouri looks like a good team early in the year. I think they will handle South Carolina at home. Florida and Miami. You cannot bet on Florida in this game. Now, you could choose to not bet the game, but you cannot bet on Florida here. If you bet on Florida and you lose the bet, you look like an absolute idiot. The bet that I actually like the most in this game is under 50.5 points. Florida's defense has given up 2 touchdowns in 3 games. And they've played some quality competition. I mean, outside of Epstein Island, who they beat 70-0 or whatever, they played South Florida, gave up 1 touchdown defensively, and they played LSU and gave up 1 touchdown defensively. Their issues have been on the offensive side of the ball, which if Miami has a weakness anywhere that someone could try to expose, you would assume it would be the defensive side of the ball. No one's really been able to do it. But I just don't trust Florida's offense. I don't trust Billy Napier. I don't think he's going to be able to hold that team together like he did last year. And if this thing starts to get away from him in the first half, they could roll over and die. So I don't think you can take Florida. If for some reason you think this is the game Florida might finally wake up, then maybe you just don't bet Miami. You just don't bet the game side on the game. But I do like under 50.5 points. Florida's offense is in struggle mode, to say the least. And while Miami's offense has looked good, I do trust Florida's defense, unless they give up, which is a possibility. But I do like under 50.5 points. Illinois at Indiana. I'm on Illinois in that one. The line is up to 6.5. I'd love to get it at 7 if I can. Illinois on the road at Indiana. I will admit this is a game I'm betting just because I want one of the teams I want Indiana to lose. Like I a lot of times on these games, I don't really care who wins or loses from a college football point of view. If I'm betting on the game, then yeah, I'm pulling one way or the other for that. But in terms of just wanting someone to lose, not usually the case. That is the case here. I want Indiana to lose as many games as possible. I don't like Curt Cignetti. Sorry, not sorry. I don't like him. I want him to lose. Washington at Washington State. Washington's going to beat the life out of them. I know it's a rivalry game, but boy, Washington State is terrible. Arizona State at Baylor is an interesting game too. Like Michigan, they can't afford a conference loss here. They already have a big non-con loss on the road at Mississippi State. Arizona State does. Baylor has looked good offensively. That quarterback, Sawyer Robertson, is the real deal. He's top 5 quarterback in college football through the first 3 or 4 weeks of the year. He's played lights out. Arizona State's got to play there. Big game for both teams here. Both teams have a non-con loss already. This is a playoff elimination game, because I don't think either of these teams are getting an at-large bid with the non-con loss that they have. So I think these teams have to win the Big 12 to get to the playoffs, I think. So I'm declaring this a playoff elimination game. Baylor's favored at home by 2.5. Texas is hosting Sam Houston, who is absolutely terrible. If Arch Manning can't have a big game today against Sam Houston, then he's officially a bust at that point. And I'm done giving him chances if that happens. And then tonight, this is an interesting game. Michigan State on the road at Southern Cal. I do think Southern Cal will win the game. I think 18.5 is too many points. I like Jonathan Smith, the coach at Michigan State, to go out there and keep it close. Well, closer than 18.5. Southern Cal might win by a couple of touchdowns, but I think 18.5 is too many points here. Southern Cal scored a bunch of points, but again, who had they played? And I don't trust their defense until proven otherwise against quality competition, which this game is not. By the way, I need to see Southern Cal play some of the big boys in the Big Ten and have a defense that looks like it knows what it's doing before I'm willing to buy into any of the Southern Cal hype. But I do think they win today at home, but I like Michigan State plus the 18.5. There's the rundown of the games and some of the ways I'm leaning in terms of betting those games. Again, that's not betting advice. That's just telling you what I think is going to happen in my mindset around why I think the way I do. Arrow Snake, thank you for the super chat. He says Memphis to cover plus 7.5 against Arkansas. Memphis is also on my list of teams I want to lose, so I won't be betting on Memphis. I probably won't bet Arkansas either. If I bet anything in that game, it'll probably be the over. But Memphis can kiss my fucking ass, and his coach can kick rocks and get the fuck out of my face too with the dumb shit. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand. You're a group of 5 team. You want to be in the Power 4. They tried to buy their way into the Power 4. They got rejected. What, they beat Florida State last year, so now this coach can run his fat fucking mouth? Fuck this coach from Memphis. He can suck my tank dry from the inside out and then go back for seconds if he needs to. Fuck him. Why does the Memphis head coach need to get up at a press conference and talk shit about Georgia? Why? Why? Stay in your own weight division, bud. Georgia's not thinking about you. What is wrong with this guy? Fuck him. I put him on the Curt Cignetti plan and the Nico plan. I just want these people to lose constantly from now to the end of time. Nico, Cignetti, whoever the fuck the head coach of Memphis is. I don't even know his name or care. Fuck him. Fuck him. And keep Georgia's name out of your mouth, deadbeat. All right, we're caught up on the super chats. Can we talk about food? I know we usually do that later in the show, but I'm having, what are we having? Jambalaya. I'm so excited I almost forgot what I was having. I'm having jambalaya today. Sausage, shrimp. I can't, it's so good. And the lady's going to make cornbread, too. You going to eat your cornbread? Yes. Yes. And I might eat your cornbread, too. Jambalaya and cornbread. So I'm excited about that. I also have the other half of that meat and cheese tray from last weekend. We wrapped it up good. so it's good to go too. So I'm having sandwiches for lunch, probably ham sandwiches for lunch today. Jambalaya for dinner. Now I'll eat that jambalaya twice. See, we'll cook it early this afternoon during the noon games, and then I'll probably have a bowl during the 3:30 games and a bowl during the primetime games. So I'll eat jambalaya twice today. Got cornbread to go with it, and the meat and cheese tray to snack on today. I didn't get any other snacks for this week beyond the meat and cheese tray, because I bought the meat and cheese tray last week and like 2 or 3 other things to snack on last weekend. And if I don't eat that meat and cheese tray this weekend, I'll have to throw it away. And do I look like somebody who thinks it's a good idea to have to throw away a meat and cheese tray? No, it needs to be eaten. So I plan on eating it. I plan on eating it today, multiple times, all day long if I need to, too. Game day's in Miami for no reason at all. It's like the 9th best game today. I don't know what they're doing there. It doesn't make any sense to me. There's way better games they could have gone to. Michigan, Nebraska, Auburn, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, Utah. Hell, South Carolina, Missouri, to me, is more interesting than this Florida-Miami game. The only real interest I have in this Florida-Miami game is how bad does Florida lose, and then does that lead to Napier getting fired tomorrow? I don't understand why game day needs to be there. It's not even an on-campus stadium. I don't think game day should ever do a Miami game because they don't have an on-campus stadium. So, look, I mean, there's no fucking – look at this shit. There's 12 people there because the students don't come because it's not on campus. So, it's just a waste of fucking time. It's a waste of time. So they shouldn't be there, but they are for reasons unknown or reasons that don't exist. It's not that people don't know the reason. There just isn't one. It would actually be better if there was a reason, we just didn't know what it was, but that's not the case. There actually is no reason for them to be there. None. None. There's just too many other big games today they could have gone to, so I don't understand that. All right, now what are y'all eating today? I told you about my jambalaya, my meat, cheese, tray, ham sandwiches, whatever else. What are y'all eating today? Maybe y'all can plant some ideas in my head for next week or something. Let's see. Pizza rolls, you got to do better than that, bud. What are you, in middle school? I mean, I like pizza rolls too when there's nothing else to eat at 11:30 on a Friday night or whatever, and you didn't eat enough dinner and now you're hungry again. But that's your entire plan for a Saturday, for a game day Saturday. I don't approve of that. Pork tenderloin, man. I love pork tenderloin. Did you get a flavored one or do you season it yourself? I like to buy the pre-seasoned pork tenderloins from the grocery store, like the lemon pepper or the garlic and herb. Garlic and herb is probably my favorite. Buffalo chicken dip, probably the most popular game day food of all time. Buffalo chicken dip. Pulled pork nachos. There you go. Now the lady makes chicken nachos. We haven't done the pulled pork nachos, but we do homemade chicken nachos several times a year. But you can't go wrong with homemade. That's the thing about nachos. When you make them at home, you can put exactly what you want in them. So if you like pulled pork, you can do pulled pork, and then whatever you want on it, you can put exactly that on it. Homemade nachos are a winner every single time. What's up, son, Taurus? Tacos? Yep, can't go wrong there. We doing beef tacos or doing something fancy? What are we doing? Fish tacos, shrimp tacos, chicken tacos, beef tacos, alligator tacos, which are, boy, if you go to New Orleans, you got to go to that whatchamacall and get them gator tacos, man. Holy shit, those things are good. It's the best taco I've ever had. Lady, what's the name of that place in New Orleans where we get the alligator tacos? It's in a hotel. Fuck. What's the name of that place that has the alligator tacos? That's going to drive me up to now. I'm going to have to look it up now. Drago's. You got to go to Drago's and get the alligator tacos in New Orleans. Like literally book a flight right now and go there. They're that good. They're that good. Yeah, Drago's. 1G. It's inside of, is it the Marriott? Right there on the river. think it's the Marriott right there on the river. What hotel is it? Anyway, Drago's in New Orleans. Gator Tacos. You'll be glad you did. The Hilton? Yeah, okay, the Hilton. It's right next to Caesar's Palace. Well, it's like half a block from the Caesar's Palace in downtown New Orleans. And we always stay at the Caesar's Palace, and we walk across the street to Drago's every time we're there. They're the ones that do the char-grilled oyster. They're the ones that made char-grilled oysters famous, too. If you like char-grilled oysters, they were made famous by that Drago's restaurant. They're the best char-grilled oysters you ever have, too. Yeah, Gameday is asking if the U is back, like Lou doesn't have a list. Yeah, they're the closest to being back. They're number 1 on the We're Back list. They're the closest to being back right now. Last week's We're Back list was the greatest We're Back list of all time, by the way. And it didn't get enough attention. I'm not sure why, but it didn't get enough attention at all. Let's recap last week's We're Back list. If you're unfamiliar with the We're Back list, it's a segment we do on the Your Season Is Over video every Sunday, where we highlight which teams that haven't won anything in forever are closest to actually winning something. And by winning something, we're talking about either their conference or a playoff game. And you have to have not done any of that in 10 years to be eligible for this list. But number 1 is Miami, so they're the closest to actually being back. Texas A&M is number 2 after their win against Notre Dame. They're the second closest to actually being back. The third closest to actually being back is still Tennessee, even though they lost last week to Georgia for the 9th year in a row. Nebraska is 4th on the list of teams that are closest to being back. Auburn is 5th on the list in terms of closest to being back. At 6th, we have Black and White TV. 7th, affordable housing. 8th, McDonald's all-day breakfast menu. 9th, fully staffed restaurants. 10, physical newspapers. 11, Blockbuster video rental store. 12, Jesus H. Christ. 13, Florida. That's the official We're Back list, the most current update. Patreon or LouTube for the Texas Tech game? Neither. Neither. I'm doing YouTube at 3:30 and Patreon at 7:30 today. Now, I will be uploading a video at halftime of the noon game. So I'm not streaming the noon games today. I'm streaming 3:30 games on YouTube and 7:30 games on Patreon. We do a vote on Patreon, and they vote every week, and they voted for the primetime games. And then sometimes I'll pick a second time slot to do on YouTube. Sometimes I won't. Like last week, I didn't do a YouTube stream. But I figured we'd do one today at 3:30 because there's several big games coming on at 3:30. But I will be uploading a halftime video to give you my thoughts on all the noon games. But I won't be live streaming during the noon games. Hendrick says, I mentioned UCLA last weekend on stream, and you ended up betting in favor of them against University of North Mexico. Just want to say I'm sorry for mentioning them. Did I bet on them? I don't even remember that. Memphis to cover plus 7.5 against Arkansas. Okay, we're caught up on the super chats. Hey, Lou, I hope all is good. Yeah, all is great, bud. All is great, except I need to turn this fan on. I turned the fan off this morning because it was actually cold in here this morning. Which I know is weird to say because I spent the last week and a half complaining about not having any air conditioner, but it's fixed now. And I woke up this morning and I'm like, damn, it's cold in here. I put on sweatpants and a long sleeve shirt this morning when I woke up, and I was in here setting up for the stream and all that. And then I said, I can't keep this on for the stream. I know I'll get too hot during the stream. So I went and put on shorts and in this jersey. But yeah, it was cool in here this morning, so I turned the fans off. But it's heating up in here now. Sausage balls and cheddar cheese biscuits. Well, those are basically the same. A cheddar cheese biscuit is a sausage ball without the sausage. So you're basically, it's kind of weird to make both of those. But I love sausage balls, though. I make sausage balls every year for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Those are the only 2 times I make them, though. So I usually make them for rivalry weekend. I'll make them for Thanksgiving to take over to our Thanksgiving dinner that we do, the family dinner that we do. I do sausage balls for that every year, and then I save some for that weekend, rivalry weekend, and I eat sausage balls Thanksgiving weekend, and then I do them for Christmas too. But yeah, sausage balls are great. They're a pain in the ass to make. That's the problem. They're a pain in the fucking ass to make. And messy, because flour gets everywhere, and you got to get your hands in there with the fucking cheese and the sausage. I don't like that shit. I don't like preparing them. I love eating them. I hate fucking making them. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Why doesn't Lou do backwards or upside down helmets anymore? There's no way to put the helmets upside down now that they're out of the box. And they're just sitting on the shelf. The top of helmets are round. So there's no way to put them upside down. Will Nico hit the portal again, and where will he go? I don't know if he'll hit the portal or not. Maybe he's going to wait and see who they hire. I don't know. He has to decide in December, though. They did away with the Nico portal window in late April that he used last time. So he's going to have to make up his mind in December this year. Do you think Virginia Tech can pull the upset against Wofford? Yes, I do. Is Billy gone after tonight? I think if they get embarrassed, there is a possibility he gets fired tomorrow, yes. We got to do something about the helmets, right? I loved flipping them upside down. I'm not going to lie. Flipping the helmets upside down was a great idea that I had a couple of years ago, until every time I started to stream, I had 15 people telling me to turn 15 different helmets upside down all the time. And we ended up with so many helmets flipped upside down, I couldn't remember why they were flipped upside down or what they had to do to get flipped right side right again. So I'm okay with the fact for now that we're not flipping the helmets upside down, to be honest with you. Yeah. OU to cover versus Auburn? I think so. I like Oklahoma minus the points there. I've already bet a lot. So I think I don't remember if I explained this last week or on the call-in show or what. So here's the way I bet games. And again, I don't give betting advice. I'm not telling you what to do. This is what I do. The games are played on Saturday. Sometime Sunday afternoon, the lines come out for the next week's games. I will look at the lines on Sunday and then look at the lines on Monday. And if there's anything that jumps out to me, I'll bet it right then, Sunday or Monday. But I bet low amounts. I bet between $25 and $50 a game. That's it. And I make my bets on Sunday or Monday. And then as the week goes on, if I start to get more confident in one of the picks that I made on Sunday or Monday, I might bet it a second time. So instead of having $25 on the game, now I've got $50 on the game. That's how I do it. So these bets that I'm going to show you were made Sunday or Monday. So some of these lines may be different now. But I've got Oklahoma minus 6.5, and I bet it twice. I've got Oklahoma minus 6.5 to win $75 and Oklahoma minus 6.5 to win $25. So I've got basically $100 on the Oklahoma-Auburn game. Florida and Miami under 51 points. Nebraska plus 2.5 points. Tennessee minus 39.5 points. Michigan State plus 17.5. Illinois plus 4. Missouri minus 13.5. Now this line has come way down because they announced that Lenore Sellers is going to play. I think it's at 9 now. We'll look in a minute. NC State plus 3 against Duke. This is a game I've actually changed my mind on. I actually think Duke might win now. But you see, I bet these games. See, I only bet $25, so I won't add anything to that bet because I think I might be on the wrong side there. There's the Oklahoma bet, and I've got UNLV minus 2.5 on the road at Miami of Ohio. So those are the games I've already bet on. Those are the games I've already bet on. And then as the day goes by today, Saturday, I'll bet other games, or I'll add money to the bets I already made, depending on how the day is going. That's how I do it. I'm not telling anybody else how to do it. That's how I do it. Maryland plus 10.5 is free money. Wisconsin 0 offense. That's probably the right side to be on there. But I'm not betting that game. I didn't bet that game. Yeah. If y'all don't see me tonight, I'm not hiding. If Michigan loses, it's my anniversary today. That's suspect. That's suspect, dude. You should move your anniversary to tomorrow because today's college football day, bud. Why didn't you celebrate your anniversary yesterday, dude? That's a fail. That's a fail, my man. There's nothing wrong with going out to eat on a Friday night, saying, hey, I got shit I got to do tomorrow. I love you. It's the anniversary, and I know that means a lot to you, even though it doesn't mean anything to me. Let's go out to eat on Friday instead of Saturday. That'd be a bit. That might have been the better thing to do there with that. Yeah, Saturdays are for football. Anything else has to get moved or rearranged or whatever the case. My son's homecoming dance is today. I said, well, son, you're a junior, bud. I'll come take pictures and do all that next year when you're a senior. Not doing it today. Tell your mama to send me some pictures. I got to work. I got married last year on a bye week. That's unacceptable, dude. I mean, not everybody had a bye week. I mean, I'm sure you invited people to your wedding who were fans of a different team, and they had to go to your wedding instead of watching college football. That was a fail for you there, bud. I don't know if I have that much faith in Michigan State. 11 p.m. game on the road. Well, 8 p.m. for Michigan State. You know what I mean? Because of the... or no. 2 a.m. for me. Yeah, you're right. That is a weird... it's the other way around. Yeah, you're right. That is weird. I don't know. I'm sticking with Michigan State. 4 seasons in a year, and you choose fall. Yeah, there is never a valid excuse for having a wedding or going to a wedding on a college football Saturday. There's no acceptable reason. Uncle Winter. I hope so. I'm up so far this week, so that's gonna have I'm up $145, which is good because you see I only bet about $25 a game. I actually started the week 6-0. I hit 2 bets. No, I hit 3 bets in the Monday night football games. I got both winners and an over-under. So I was 3-0 on Monday to start the week on Monday Night Football. Then I won a baseball game on Tuesday. That put me at 4-0. Won 2 baseball games on Wednesday. That put me at 6-0. I then lost a couple of bets and won a couple of bets on Thursday. Won a couple, lost a couple yesterday. But I'm up $145 for the week. So I've got a $145 cushion heading into today's game. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah, 11 p.m. Michigan State time. Yeah, I corrected myself. That's what I said. It's the other way around. I was arguing with USC fans. I didn't know they existed, but how shit Lincoln Riley defenses were. I've been married for 15 years. Got to be a skill issue. Say you have the flu. Tell them you're not going because it's college football Saturday. You don't even have to lie or have. I mean, it's just. Look, where are you registered at? You know, I'll buy you a plate or I'll send you $100 or something, but I'm not going to your wedding. I mean, that's just what I'm not going. That's just what it is. Don't get married on that day. Get married on Tuesday. You want a fall wedding? Get married on Tuesday. But what's the problem there? I mean, I'm not doing that. I wouldn't be doing that. I haven't seen anybody ask about it, but of course, if anybody is wondering, if you had a wrench, if you had a moderator wrench and you no longer do, I didn't remove the wrenches. My channel got hacked on, what day was that? Tuesday? My channel got hacked, and whoever hacked my channel deleted my entire fucking channel. I was in an absolute tizzy here. I mean, I didn't know. I was freaking out. Anyway, I was able to get in touch with YouTube and get the problem fixed, and they reinstated my channel. But when they reinstated my channel, there were no moderators. I don't know if whoever hacked my channel removed the moderators or if it just automatically happens when the channel gets deleted. I don't know. But all the moderators were gone. So I did a a fake Patreon stream a couple of days ago where people just come get your wrench, you know. But I know not everybody is able to show up to do that or whatever. So I didn't take anybody's wrench away. And tonight on the Patreon stream at 7:30, of course, I'll hand them back out to everybody too. But so I don't want anybody to be upset or mad. Why did he take my wrench away, or what did I do wrong? You didn't do anything wrong. They automatically all got taken away. So I handed some back out the other day on the Patreon Nothing stream that we did on, I think that was Thursday. I did that Thursday night. And then, of course, tonight at 7:30 on the Patreon stream, everybody will get their wrench back. Yeah, everybody will get their wrench back. The Patreon stream tonight is at 7:30. The link to the Patreon, where is it? Where is it? There it is. There's the link to the Patreon. And yes, the rumors are true. I'm giving away $1,000 over on the Patreon page. Not tonight, but I'm going to give you the details tonight on how that's going to work. But I am giving away $1,000 over on the Patreon page. So come take my money. Join the Patreon, hang out with us, watch some college football. Juice Poot hacked woo. No, I don't think it was Juice Poot. Wifey is more important than sports. Are you newly married? You must have got married like yesterday or something. You must have got married like yesterday. Any wife that cares about you, this is number one. Any wife that cares about you would not make you choose between her and college football. See, that's what you're not understanding. It's not about one being more important than the other, even though one is obviously more important than the other, college football. If you have a wife, I was about to say if you have a wife that's worth a shit, but I don't want to talk about your wife that way. But if you have a wife that really cares about you, she's not going to put you in that position. Oh, you're going to sit home and watch college football instead of coming to the farmer's market with me? Yes. Yes. I'm going to sit home and watch college football instead of going to the farmer's market. Why are you putting me in that position? Do you not care about me? I mean, yes. I'm sitting home and watching college football today. We can go to the farmer's market on Tuesday. Farmer's market's not open on Tuesday. Well, we can go to the grocery store then. They have cucumbers there too. A funeral is the only exception. That's it. People can't help when they die, okay? Generally. Sometimes people kill themselves, which is also rude to do during college football season. Extremely fucking rude. You can't wait till February, bud? You can't suffer through another couple of months? You had to do it now? But generally when people die, it's not planned. So that's the only exception. That's the only exception. James says, I was going to get married, but backed out last minute because my buddy who's an Ohio State fan said it was raining during the game, and we know about Ohio State and weather. Oh, man. Listen, I'm giving you nuggets here, okay? You put these in your pocket. You use them when you need them. But I'm giving you valuable information here to those of you that either aren't married or are newly married. Listen, you can't get married and start giving in to everything. Your entire life is going to be misery if you do that. You have to draw your line in the sand immediately. Immediately. It's way harder to change behavior 20 years down the road than it is to just initiate that behavior from the very beginning. Look, lady, I do love you. I married you. I'm watching college football today. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's what I'm doing. We can go to your aunt's house and see whatever pair of socks she knitted tomorrow. I'm not doing that today. Now, where's my jambalaya? You know? I mean, you got to do that in the beginning, or else you're going to find yourself 30 years down the road, miserable as fuck, hadn't watched college football in a decade because your wife's dragging you all over creation to do dumb shit every Saturday that you don't care about. Or don't get married. Mind blown. Are they going to let Billy Napier back on the bus after today's game? I don't think he's going to get left there. I do think there's a possibility he gets fired tomorrow. I do think that's possible, especially if it's an embarrassing performance. They lose by 30. You know, the team is fighting each other or something dumb like that happens. I do think it's a possibility. Yeah, I do. I do. I go to Oktoberfest in Helen, Georgia. Well, you go. I mean, you can go to Oktoberfest in Helen, Georgia. Rent you a cabin in the woods. Do your Oktoberfest bullshit on Thursday and Friday, and sit in the cabin and watch college football all day Saturday, and then go do more Oktoberfest bullshit on Sunday. Yeah, it's like 15 or 16 days a year that I need you to leave me alone. That's not too much to ask. There's 365 days in a year, 366 days in a year every 4 years. I'm asking for 15, not asking, I'm demanding 15 days that you leave me the fuck alone. 15 days, you leave me alone. The other 350 days, you can bother the shit out of me like normal. And I'll find a way to deal with it. These 15 days, I'm to be left alone. I'm not going to the farmer's market on any of these 15 days. I'm not going to your sorority sister's wedding on any of these 15 days. I'm not doing it. So, and I got to be honest with you, I'm a pretty happy individual. I'm pretty happy. Yep, I'm pretty happy. So, you know who goes to weddings in the fall? You know who lets their wife drag them around the farmer's market on a Saturday during the fall? Everybody on Twitter who has in their bio, I'm an alpha male. That's who you see getting drug around the fucking farmer's market instead of sitting at home watching the Bama-Tennessee game or the Georgia-Florida game or the Michigan-Ohio State game. Every single person on Twitter who has in their bio, I'm an alpha male. That's who's getting drug around the fucking farmer's market. Not me. Not me. You better DoorDash you some fucking onions. I'm not going down there. Not today. Not today, bud. Oh, you know what I am doing today? Hopefully. Hopefully. I'm glad you asked. I'll show you what I'm doing today. Also in 2. Show you what I'm doing today. I'm an absolute beast. I am an absolute beast. I'm making money on the sleeper app today. I went 2 for 2 last week. I hit 2 different sleeper plays last week, and y'all helped me pick one of them on this show last week. So shout out to y'all. But look at what we hit last week. This is the one y'all helped me win here. Justice Haynes, more than 88 rushing yards. He had 104. Zachariah Branch, more than 39 receiving yards. He had 69 in a win over Tennessee last week in Knoxville when Georgia beat Tennessee again for the 9th year in a row. Remember that? And Haynes King, more than 51 rushing yards. He had 103. That's the one y'all helped me pick last week on this show, the kickoff show, and we hit it. So $10 won me $47. And then the one I did on the call-in show during the week, I hit that one too. Gunnar Stockton more than 205 yards. He had 304 against Tennessee on the road in Knoxville in Georgia's big win against Tennessee. Their 9th time in a row that Georgia's beat them too. It was wild. Jeremiah Smith, anytime touchdown. He had 2 of them. And Nicholas Harbor, they lost, South Carolina did, but I had more than 46 yards. He had 66. $10 won me $39.80 on that one. So now I've already got one pick this week. So we're going to have to find 3 different players. We're going to make another play now, but we got to find 3 different players. But here's the pick I made already. I've got Dylan Raiola, less than 224 passing yards. John Mateer, more than 248 passing yards. And DJ Wagway-Woo, less than 218 passing yards. That's the play I already have. So we need to make a play right now involving 3 other players. So give me some players today in college football that y'all think are going to have really good days or really bad days. And then I can look the numbers up and we can pick more or less on their stats and build us another play here. John Mateer, Justice Haynes, Carson Beck, 1.5 passing touchdowns. What are we thinking on that? Carson Beck, more or less than 1.5 passing touchdowns. I know what I'm thinking. What are y'all thinking on that? Bryce Underwood, more or less than 180 passing yards. Carson Beck, more. All right. Carson Beck, more. All right, let's see what else we got here. Arch Manning, more or less than 28 rushing yards. I don't know. Maybe we should stay away from that one. This has to be a winner, doesn't it? Joey Aguilar, more or less than 286 passing yards. That's got to be a more. Joey Aguilar, more or less than 286 passing yards. More, over, more. Okay, more. Hope they don't bench him in the second half. Give me another player to look up. Somebody name another player. I'll look them up. Mayava? I just saw him. More or less than 277 passing yards for Mayava, the fucking Gilligan's Island guy that plays quarterback for Southern Cal. 277. They host Michigan State. More or less than 277. Yeah, that is high. I'm going less. The chat says less too. All right, let's see what that looks like. $10 to win 45. Let's do it. Submit entry. All right, we're in. The Gilligan's Island quarterback from Southern Cal, less than 277 passing yards. G5 Joey, more than 286 passing yards. Carson Beck, more than 1.5 passing touchdowns. All right, so that's our 2 plays on Sleeper this week. Locked and loaded. Download the Sleeper app today, the #1 sports fantasy app on the market. It makes watching these games a lot more exciting, and you might win yourself some money. In fact, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. I picked 3 different picks for my play. But you can pick 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can stack them up like that and win up to 1,000 times your money. It does make watching the games a lot more fun and a lot more exciting. Download the Sleeper app today. You'll be glad you did. Use promo code LOU, L-O-U, and they're going to give you some free money courtesy of yours truly, Uncle Lou. Promo code L-O-U. They're going to match your first deposit, dollar for dollar, up to $100. So if you deposit $100, they're going to give you another $100. You deposit $50, they're going to give you another $50. Download the Sleeper app. It's legal in Georgia, where Uncle Lou lives. I know it's legal in South Carolina, where Pigskin Pete lives. It's legal in over 30 states. So check it out. It does make watching the games a lot more fun. And maybe, just maybe, you'll win yourself some money. Support the people that are helping to support this show. Download the Sleeper app. All right. What do we need to do now? Where are we at? What are we doing? Are we on track? Top stories. Is Napier getting fired? Will Notre Dame improve to 0-3? Will Clemson lose to the Fruit? What are the other storylines today? The Jackson Arnold Bowl. Auburn at Oklahoma. Michigan and Nebraska. Huge game in the Big Ten. Texas Tech and Utah. Finally find something out about Texas Tech today. Or does Utah drag them into the quicksand and get a win at home over Texas Tech? Both teams are undefeated. Great games today. Streaming schedule, 3:30 on YouTube, 7:30 on Patreon. The link to the Patreon is in the description of the video. I stream there every weekend. There you go. There's the link. And I am giving away $1,000 on Patreon. That is not, I'm not trolling. I'm not kidding. There's not some kind of a catch. It's not a trick. I'm giving away $1,000. So, and I'll give you the details. I'm not giving it away today. So don't sign up for Patreon today thinking you can win $1,000 today. I don't want to give the wrong idea, but I will give you the details tonight on the Patreon stream of what we're going to do for that giveaway. I don't really have a lock. I've been gambling way too long. There's no such thing as a lock of the day. I know that's a popular phrase that really just means what's your favorite bet. I'll give you my favorite bet, but I don't. There's no such thing as a lock of the day. I've been gambling way too long to fall for those traps. You know, this is the gargantuan fucking game of the lock century and all that. None of that is real. It's less real than the world we live in, which is a total simulation. Locks are less real than that. These are the games that I have already bet on right here. I really like Oklahoma to win. It's -6.5. Now, I don't know what the line is now. I bet this on Sunday or Monday, but I really like Oklahoma -6.5. I really like Florida, Miami under 51. Those are probably my two favorites. Now, they could both lose. I could lose both of those. Okay? I like I said, I've been gambling since I was 8 years old. No matter what anybody on the internet tells you, this shit is hard. You're going to lose money probably in the long run gambling. Very few people make money gambling in any way. Sports, roulette, blackjack, whatever. The more you gamble and the longer you do it, the more likely you are to lose. Gamble for entertainment. Don't gamble as a source of income. That's the advice I'll give you. I won't give you a lock of the week. I'll give you a gambling advice. My gambling advice is look at it as entertainment. No different than going to the movies. But that's my answer. Oklahoma Oklahoma -6.5, and Florida, Miami under 51. That's the advice I would give you. There aren't no games on, you dumbass. These bots are out of control. There's no games on CFB games streaming on NCAAFHD.com. There are no games on right now, you woozy. Stop spamming me, you woos. Which team has the better defense, Oklahoma or Auburn? Oklahoma, it's not even close. Auburn doesn't have a good defense. They haven't to this point in the year. They gave up 600 yards to Baylor. No, Oklahoma's much better defense so far this year than Auburn. I don't even think that's particularly close. Are they going to let Billy Napier back on the bus after today's game? Oh, I think we read that one, so we should be caught up now. Yeah, caught up on the super chat. All right, it's time for the rigged wheel. 10:30. We're running out of time. In fact, we're running behind, but you know, I'm long-winded. What are you going to do? It's time to do the rigged wheel. If you don't know what the rigged wheel is, it's a wheel. We put names on it. We spin the wheel. Whatever name the wheel lands on, you get to make a pick on one of today's games. If you get your pick right, you double your money. It's literally that simple. Y'all are 3-1 this year. You've won 3 weeks, lost 1 week. Last week being the week that you lost. So we're going to do 2 names today to give y'all two different people a chance to win today. To get your name onto the rigged wheel, any donation to the show through Cash App or PayPal. I'm unable to use super chats on the rigged wheel because YouTube considers that a raffle, and they have a policy against raffles. So it's got to be the Cash App or the PayPal, which I just posted in the chat. Those links are also in the description of the video. Let's pull up the rigged wheel. Here we go. Is this it? Yes, here we go. The infamous rigged wheel. These are the names from last week. Unfortunately, we got to get rid of those. The first name on the wheel this week, because he text messaged me last night. He said, Lou, I can't wait till tomorrow. I got to get my name on the wheel now. All right. Shout out Colby. He's on the wheel immediately. He's got a real sickness and a disease. So he got on the wheel immediately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the Cash Apps first, add those people to the wheel. Then I'm going to go through the PayPal, add those people to the wheel. Then I will check the Cash App and the PayPal one more time for any of you last minute folks that tried to get your name on there. So here we go. Let's go with Cody L. Cody L is on the wheel. Colby and Cody, thank y'all for helping to support the show this morning. Carter H. Big Dog Eat. Preston S. Trap, a previous winner of the rigged wheel. Good morning, Trap. Caleb S. Caleb S. is on the wheel today. Kevin S., which I believe is Millis Vanillis, maybe. Or maybe I shouldn't have said that. Caleb S. Millis Vanillis in that. And of course, our buddy Carolina Jackpot, who I happen to know beyond a shadow of a doubt is a huge degenerate gambler. Yeah, huge degenerate gambler there, Jackpot. Of course, he's a genius when it comes to college football. You know, Jackpot's the smartest college football YouTuber in terms of college football knowledge. It's true. The reason I know that's true is because Jackpot told me. Jackpot told me. So maybe we should all just tail Jackpot's bets. All right. What is today? Today's the 20th. We've got this person. Corinne or Corrine P. Yeah. Dale E. Edward R. Chris T. And we're adding Joe DiMaggio to the wheel. Joe DiMaggio. All right, those were the names from the Cash App and the PayPal. I'm going to check the Cash App and the PayPal again in a minute or two because sometimes there's a delay on the Cash App or the PayPal, and then somebody says, hey, Lou, you didn't add my name to the wheel. So we'll try to avoid that problem today. Hashtag LoutubeHere. Yes, Loutube is here every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. for the college football kickoff show. Yes, I'm excited about today's games. There really are some good ones. I sent a Cash App, says Bulldog Brian. Well, if you're not already on the wheel, you will be in a second. I'm going to pull it back up in a minute. It sometimes takes a minute or two for Cash Apps and PayPals when you send them to show up on the receiving person end, my end. So I'll wait a minute or two and then check it again. I sent PayPal at beginning, woo. Did you? Let's look and see. I don't see it. You know what? Let me pull it up on a computer. I'm looking on the app on my phone, and maybe I'm not seeing all the names or something on the app on my phone. Let's pull it up on the computer. Let's pull it up on the computer. PayPal. PayPal? PayPal? Let's pull it up. All right. Activity. All activity. All right. Let's move this over here and go back to the wheel. All right, there's the wheel. All right. I'm looking on the PayPal website on the computer now, so let's see what we got here. Corinne P., Dale E., Edward R., Chris T., Joe DiMaggio. Yeah, I don't, you're not on there, Jay. J.R. You're not on there. You're not on there. Let me check Cash App again. What was the first one? Cody. We've got Bulldog Brian on the Cash App. And Michael S. on the Cash App. Preston S. Trap. Caleb S. Millis Vanillis. Jackpot. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Jay, but it's not. I'll refresh the PayPal again and go through the list again. Kareem P. Dale E. Edward R., Chris T., Joe D. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but it's not on there. It's not on there. Yeah. These are the links right there. You just click that PayPal link, or if you do Cash App, it's $LoutubeHere. But I mean, I can wait about another minute, but then we're gonna have to spin the wheel because I got to get out of here. He sent it to Octavian. Yeah, I'm looking at the PayPal again. Kareen N. Which is already on the list. Kareen N., Dale E., Edward R., Chris T., Joe D. Yeah, that's it on the PayPal. And then the Cash Apps. I'll refresh the Cash Apps again. No, that's it for the Cash Apps too. Michael S., which is already on there. Bulldog Brian, Cody L., Carter H., Big Dog Eat, Preston S., Trap, Caleb S., Millis Vanillis, Jackpot. Yeah, that's it. I'll refresh it one more time. Yeah. It's not on there. I don't know what. If it shows up later, I'll just send it back to you. I'll just send it back to you, but we got to spin the wheel here. We got to spin the wheel. No, if you click that link, it takes you to mine. That's the same thing everybody else did, and it's in there. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. But if I don't know if it got delayed somehow or what, I don't know. If it shows up later, I'll just send it back to you. All right, we're doing 2 winners today. 2 winners today. I need a number 3 through 5. Hufferbilly Paul, good morning, sir. Clemson, down bad. Might lose to the fruit. Give me a number 3 through 5, Hufferbilly Paul. These bots just won't give up. Hufferbilly Paul says 3. I love it when y'all say 3 because that's the least number of spins. I love that. That's amazing. All right, here we go. First spin. Shout out to everybody for tuning in this morning, too. I love these Saturday morning shows. It gets me pumped up and excited for the day. And big shout out to those of you who helped support the show this morning. Now, let's find some winners. Trap was the first name, but we're looking for the third name. Chris T was the second name. All right, the third name and the first winner today. The first winner is it Carter or Big Doggy? It's going to be Carter H. All right, let's find Carter H. He says East Carolina to cover. Okay, let me find the line for East Carolina. East Carolina. Where are you, East Carolina? I am looking for East Carolina. I'm still looking. There's Coastal Carolina. East Carolina is hosting the BYLU today. And East Carolina is getting 6.5 points. All right, let's write this down. Rigged Wheel, Week 4, Carter H. Has ECU plus 6.5. They're hosting the BYLU. Good luck, Carter H., and thank you for helping to support the show today. All right, time for a second name. We need 2 winners today. You guys went 0-2 last week after beating the hell out of me the first 3 weeks. So we need 2 winners today. Let's shuffle the names up. We're going to shuffle the names up. Shuffle them again. All right, and we're going to do 3 more spins this time, and the third name will be the winner again. Let's see who we get this time. Oh, you can't win twice. I should have removed your name. You can't win twice, though, just so you know, Carter 8. So if it does land on you on the 3rd spin, we'll do a 4th spin. We want 2 different people to win. All right, spin number 2, but we're looking for the 3rd name. Looks like Chris T was named number 2. All right, here we go. Last spin. Who's it going to be? Shout out to the Rigged Wheel. Trap again? Trap. Trying to become the first 2-time winner this year on the Rigged Wheel. Let's see what Trap likes this week. He likes UAB with the points. Okay. I believe you. UAB with the points. Now we just have to find it. They're playing Tennessee, are they not? They are playing Tard Nation, and UAB is getting 39. So Trap has UAB plus 39. This could be really bad for me because I'm a 5-star dummy, and I bet on Tennessee to cover. So if I lose, you win, and I'll lose twice. Dang. I hate to hear that. I hate to hear that. JR, I just refreshed the PayPal again, and it's still not on there. So I'm not sure what happened on your end, but I still don't have it. Just to let you know, I checked again, and I still don't have it. So I don't know what happened. I know you've sent them before, so I know you know what you're doing, but I don't know why it's not going through. I don't know why it's not going through. All right, good luck to Trap and Carter H. Thank you to everybody for tuning in this morning. And good luck to Carter and Trap. Big shout out to the comment section. You know, this is a pretty average college football YouTube channel. I'm smart enough to know that. But this comment section is amazing. I do have the best comment section of any of the YouTube college football channels. I really love talking college football with you guys and hanging out with you guys. So we're going to do it today at 3:30 right here on YouTube. We can hang out and watch all these afternoon games. There are some big ones too. So come back to the channel this afternoon at 3:30. Let's hang out and watch some college football. And then the Patreon stream tonight at 7:30. Some more big games, and I will be giving you the details of the giveaway on that Patreon stream tonight. I'm giving $1,000 away over on the Patreon page, so if you're not signed up yet on Patreon, now would be a great time to do it. Details tonight at 7:30 over on the Patreon. Giving away $1,000 coming soon. I'll give you not today. I'm not giving it away today, just so there's no misunderstanding. But I'm gonna give you the details tonight at 7:30 on the Patreon stream about that giveaway. All right, good luck to everybody's team today. Hey, great news. Georgia's off today, so I hope all of your teams win. I hope all of your teams win. And let's cash some bets, too, and make some money. All right, everybody, enjoy your football today. I'll be back on at 3:30 to hang out and watch the afternoon games.